Hello again, and welcome back to Illegally Cited. This is BGFH. I'm back for another kind of a low vision spotlight video today. And I say kind of because this is actually kind of like a tribute to what amounted to be a playable teaser for a game that no longer exists. Yeah, try to wrap your head around all that. So I will give you a quick background here. It's called PuniTy, what we're in right now. And it's kind of based on this Unity engine that a lot of games are using right now for development. But last year, 2014 E3, Sony had released to the PlayStation Store for free this thing called PT, and everyone's like, oh, what is this? Turned out to be this really cool first-person kind of horror experience. And after not very long at all, people discovered, oh, this is actually stands for Playable Teaser. And they figured out shortly thereafter that it was for this upcoming Konami game called Silent Hills. Well, fast forward to 2015, early 2015, and Konami's just crazy implosion, and they decided, yeah, we're not going to do Silent Hills anymore. Not only that, we're gonna pull PT from the PlayStation Store. And if you own it, you better grab it before we do pull it, because we're also going to get rid of it from the PSN network, even if you already own it. So usually when you buy things, like from Microsoft or Steam or PSN, whatever, if you already own the thing, even if it's delisted, you can usually go back and grab it again, because you own it. And they just host it there, it's already there, no big deal, just no one new can buy it. No, Sony went the further dick move and just said, no, we're just going to remove it for everybody. Because other people, myself included, thought, well, okay, they're going to deactivate it, or they're going to take it down, but if I purchase it, or if I, associate it with my account before it gets pulled, when I get a PS4, I can just go download it because it's technically linked to my account. Nope, can't do it. So that wasn't very good. So, a couple months ago now, somebody had kind of recreated this hallway of PT in Unity, and we're looking at PuniTy here. So it's not exact, it's not the full game, but it's a neat thing nonetheless. They did a really admirable job of copying, like basically redoing the whole thing with what they had. You can go search on the internet, and there was a couple of really cool write-ups about what they did, what the guy did. So, if my voice sounds a little off, and if I cough, I apologize. I'm actually getting over some kind of a summer, somebody at work was kind enough to give me some kind of head cold virus thing that is I'm just getting over it right now. Right now, my right ear is plugged really bad, and I'm hoping that will pop any minute, because it's driving me nuts, not being able to hear everything correctly. But anyway, here we go. So you start out, literally, you launch this game, and you start out in this hallway. I haven't moved. And I don't have a PS4, so I haven't played the original PT, but I've watched a couple playthroughs just because what I heard of the original sounded really interesting, and, I wanted to see it. And you look at the PS4 game, it's a beautiful game. That's the thing, is they took this really small area, this few rooms of a house, couple hallways, and a couple rooms of this house. And the graphic fidelity, they just made it ridiculously detailed. It is a fantastic looking game. Now, the PuniTy doesn't look as good, but it's still a nice. It's still a nice attempt. I mean, I still really like what they did. So originally, you would start back in this room here. You get some kind of a weird little trippy start. You would open this hallway, or you would open the door, and then you end up in this hallway. So let's just start walking down this, nice hallway here. Got some pictures, I've got a clock over here. And what would happen is, you would walk through this whole area once, and it would be, there's a kind of a dark night, stormy night, typical horror game cliche sort of thing. And you're walking through, and as you come around, you start hearing this radio that was over here, and you would hear this newscast about, I forget exactly what it was, but You know, you hear this kind of, oh, okay, something's not quite right here. And then you would go through this door on the very end, and you would be brought back to where you started. You would be, boom, you would be back in, you would go through that door, and you would loop around like you just started over. Except then, the game just started getting really weird, and the original PT, what you ended up having to do was you had to you would find different, you would look at this really high resolution environment and each time you would go through this L-shaped hallway, you would find something different in the environment that might trigger some sort of new thing. Like, you might be walking down the hallway and the lights would go out or they would flicker. You would see a shadow somewhere. You would hear weird noises. You would see all kind of, you know, typical horror tropes, typical horror game stuff. But I can zoom in a little bit here. So, I mean, like I said, this is just basically a really simple recreation of the environment from PT in Unity. There's not a lot of gameplay here. This is not going to be a long video. I just wanted to show it to you, if nothing else, to get you guys interested in PT. And like I said, just to rip on Konami a little bit here, because like I said, in the last 6 months, they've pretty, you know, aside from, yes, they released Metal Gear Solid 5 as I'm recording this, what, about a week ago, which I hear, if you're really into that game, it's the best one that's out there. It's really good. But otherwise, as far as the way they're treating their fans and just their properties and stuff, they're just crapping all over their fan base. They've just, like I said earlier, they've just basically imploded. Post MGS5, I don't even know if Konami's gonna make games anymore. They seem to be on this, like, we're just gonna do pachinko things and in Japan and name, you know, basically use our properties and do all that kind of stuff. So it's like, okay. No, but sure. So we get some of this, you know, kind of a creepy-ish sound effect, so whatever's creaking up there. Yeah, just a very simple sort of environment, but yeah, I mean, like I said, you know, this is it's just a really neat sort of interactive demo. They don't have all the triggers. You can't really play through this the way you would the whole PT game, but it's just kind of a neat little thing here. Oh, I didn't even realize that. I forgot I had a flashlight. Can I? Yeah, see, I can't even interact. I don't think I can. Yeah. So I can't, basically all I can do is walk around this environment that they've created, which, like I said, it's not meant to be a total recreation of... Oh. Okay. But we do get a couple elements. Somebody's bashing the crap out of a door. Probably this door over here. Now in PT, I remember this was a bathroom. I don't think I can... Yeah, see, now you're hearing all kinds of weird... You hear that? It's like a weird laughing or something. I'm not sure what that is. Alright, so they are messing with it a little bit. But this isn't going to be the full PT experience. So, like I said, every time you'd walk through this, like, the whole world would just change, and you just really trippy. I really hope that somehow they change their mind, and Konami's like, you know what, okay, fine, we'll take the reference at the end of it out to referencing Silent Hills, and just re-release the thing. Just... People like it, you know? Why treat your fans so shitty, you know? It's just, I don't understand. Really a sad thing, but there you go. So we'll walk down the hallway maybe once or twice more, see if any other weird stuff happens. Like I said, I'm sure, eventually I'm sure that light is going to go out. Or one of these lights are going to go out. It's typical. Oh, see, up now it's totally dark. This used to be lit up. We have some creepy ambient music here. I can turn my flashlight off. Alright, so there's a little bit of interactive. So this is kind of a vague idea of what you would get in PT. I should mention that I have recorded this. Oh, see, now we got blinking light down there. See, I knew something was going to happen when you turn around. I did record a video for this earlier. I may or may not cover this in another video. I'm not quite sure how I'm going to do uploading just yet. What happened was, I typically say that, I record things when I get a chance. If I get I'm in a good mood to record something, or I'm playing a lot of different things, or, oh, it's just a good time, and I end up, getting to record a bunch of content for you guys. And what happened was I had a whole bunch of stuff recorded, and I tested them after recording. They work great. But come back to try to upload some of them later, and some of them, nothing changed, nothing happened, but all of a sudden they just didn't, they wouldn't open. It was like the files were corrupt. I didn't do anything, nothing changed, I don't get it. They'll start to play, and then and then I'll get an error after a few seconds. So I have, I would say, probably about a half a dozen videos, maybe even a couple more. I would say somewhere between 5 and 8 videos that I either have to just say screw it and not cover, or that I have to re-record again. So this is one of them. It is short, it's easy to do. Halloween is coming up next month as I'm recording this. It's middle of September right now. Actually, what is it, the 16th right now? So I do have some good Halloween, themed content. I've got a few scary or horror games coming up that I will be able to cover on the channel for you guys. So that is cool. But yeah, so there's a couple games out there that I don't know if I'm going to record them again or not. There's a couple that were really... Whoa. There's a couple of really cool ones that I will probably have to come back and cover at some point. And then there's a couple that were just like this one-off, really weird, whatever kind of a thing. So now that we saw a little red light that went out... So that... God, jeez, hi, how you doing? I did not see that happening. And I hope it just doesn't quit. Hopefully the game just doesn't exit. Alright, so I got chomped on and eaten. Okay. So that is, yeah, it's a way abbreviated, even what the PT demo was. But that is PuniTy, as you see there. So the P and the T are capitalized, of course, so it's a nice little tribute there. But just kind of a neat little one-off thing. You can go download it for free off the internet if you want to wander around it. I mean, there's really not much replayability at all. It's just a very, like I said, a simple tribute. I mean, they did a great job with it, don't get me wrong. But yeah, it's just, if you don't have a PS4 and you want to kind of experience at least a little bit of the environment that they had, you can do that through this little PuniTy thing. So yeah, this will go up probably pretty shortly. The videos that I have not been able to cover, or that I recorded but can no longer get them to upload, may or may not record them. We'll just have to wing it and see. I still have a few that did work and that I'm going to do, so we will see what happens. But yeah, that's just a really quick look at PuniTy, available for PC. It's a free download, and just do a search on Google or whatever for it. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Until next time, I'll talk to you guys again later.